Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another Black Ops 3 video. Today's subject will be all of the wall weapons pack-a-punched in the Giant Zombies map. In this video I'm going to take a look at all of the wall weapons in this map, see how they compare to other weapons pack-a-punched, and just see whether they're useful or not. So you may be asking, why would you want to upgrade a wall weapon on zombies? Well, the simple answer is that you have the ability to just buy the weapon again off of the wall to replenish the ammo, and so you don't really have to worry about waiting for a max ammo power up. Well, as it turns out that some of these weapons are actually pretty darn useful. Some of them are really powerful and actually pretty darn useful. Well, as it turns out, some of these weapons do actually suck pretty hard. So I'm going to divide these weapons into three categories that are really just easy to follow. I'm going to call them sucky, good, or beast. Obviously the weapons that are sucky obviously do not pick up because they will just get you killed, and the ones that are beast are ones you should really consider getting. So without further ado, let's get into the reviews. So the first weapon I'm going to take a look at is the RK5, and when pack-a-punched it becomes the Rex caliber 115. This weapon kind of reminds me of the pistol as seen in Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. It's like the main handgun of the series. Yeah, it's a 3-round burst, and that's pretty much all I can say about it. This weapon really deals not much damage. It's got a lackluster magazine size, it's got a lackluster amount of spare ammo that you can carry for it. I would really avoid pack-punching this weapon despite it looking pretty cool. So yeah, on to the next weapon. So the next weapon I'm going to talk about is the Shiva, and when upgraded it becomes the Communist Struggle. And to be honest, the weapon lives up to its struggle name because I struggle to kill zombies with it. This thing sucks. Just avoid it at all costs. It's a single fire shotgun. It's got a lot of ammunition, but every shot deals such low damage, it is so pointless using this gun. You're just going to get yourself killed trying to use this thing. At least it could be a good points gatherer, because as seen on screen, every shot does get you a lot of points, so I guess it's more of a point weapon than something to be used for damage, but in the end, if a weapon can't save your life, there's no point using it. So the next weapon I'm going to talk about is the RK9. When upgraded it becomes the Flux Capacitor. No, I'm just kidding. It becomes the Flux Collider 935. The weapon itself looks pretty cool, and with half decent damage and clip size, it's a pretty good weapon. But the thing that lets it down is its very small reserve ammunition supply, so unfortunately it's powerful, but you won't be able to shoot for long. And the next weapon being the Kuda. When upgraded it becomes the Kuda. I can't really pronounce it, but anyway, it's probably the best of the worst guns, mainly because its damage is acceptable at best. It's got a half decent clip and somewhat better reserve ammunition than the previous weapon I just talked about. So yeah, this is it for the sucky weapons. We're now moving on to the good weapons. So the first good weapon on this list being the VMP. When upgraded it becomes the Impaler, which is very similar to one of the weapons in Call of Duty World at War. I think it was called the Impaler. Anyway, this weapon does about the same damage as the Kuda upgraded, but due to the fact that it has like 450 reserve ammunition, definitely makes it worth more than some of the other guns. With a high rate of fire, good clip size, and a great amount of extra ammunition to carry around, this weapon is definitely worth considering carrying around if you want to get some extra points. Just don't trust it to save your life. It's not that powerful. The next weapon in the good category is the Vesper. When upgraded it becomes the Infernus. This weapon is pretty much the same as the Impaler, but with slightly less reserve ammunition but slightly more damage to make up for that, so I'd put it just on par with the Impaler. Next weapon I'm going to look at is the KN44. When upgraded it becomes the Anointed Avenger. I'm not going to waste too much time on this, it's basically the same as the previous weapon I just listed, so yeah, let's move on. The next weapon on the good list is the HVK30, and when upgraded it becomes the High Velocity Kicker. With a reserve ammunition of 480, a clip size of 60, this weapon is pretty damn good, especially as it does quite a lot of damage to zombies. There's nothing much I can really say about it, it's just a pretty darn good rifle to use, and I definitely recommend to use this and weapons that are going to come after this weapon on the list. The next weapon we're going to look at is the M8A7 3-round burst rifle. When upgraded it becomes the unspeakable. With a 48 round magazine with quite a large reserve round ammunition capacity, this weapon is really good, especially if you aim for the heads, because this rifle is really accurate. So I would definitely recommend this if you're going to be camping, like in the spot that's shown right here. Other than that, we're now going to move on to the beast weapons. Okay guys, we're not fooling around anymore. These are some of the beast weapons in the map that can be obtained just from the wall. The first one we're going to be talking about is the KRM-262. It's a shotgun with 16 rounds capacity and a very hefty amount of reserve. Basically, this shotgun is incredibly powerful, taking 1 to 2 shots at a zombie to kill them very quickly. You don't need any double tap or speed cola to use this weapon effectively. As you insert one shell, it inserts every single shell into the weapon at once, so it's a very, very reliable weapon to use, and I would just recommend this weapon over everything else. Apart from this. Okay, this one requires a little bit of explanation. This isn't really a wall weapon, but it also isn't a weapon that you can obtain from the box, so I don't know where I would fit it in any list whatsoever, so I'm just going to have to put it in this one, okay? I'm sorry, alright? Okay. So, the next weapon is the MR6 pistol, and when upgraded, it becomes Death and Taxes. Basically, this is the Mustang and Sally of Black Ops 3. Both pistols have 6 rounds each, and they're all explosive. That is insane. Well, for those of you who've used the Mustang and Sally in the previous games will know how powerful this gun is. I mean, there's no need for explanation. Exploding rounds in every shot, yeah. Although this is the most powerful weapon in the game, apart from maybe the Wunderwaffe because that does infinite damage, you have to be careful about hurting yourself with this weapon. Because there's no PhD flopper in this map, you have to be really careful not to harm yourself by shooting too close to you. So apart from that, this is the best wall weapon slash non-chest weapon there is, so yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Maybe I got you into using wall weapons from now on. I'm going to be making another Pack-a-Punch weapons list, but it's going to have to take a lot longer to make since it's going to be all of the weapons in the box. So stay tuned for that video, and I hope you can subscribe for more Black Ops 3 videos coming soon. Alright then, see ya.